get obedience in our life. Obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what Allah wants from us. Obedience. And when we get that obedience, Allah will change your life around. If you obey Allah, you'll grow into a new creature.
True.
And all that inferiority will start leaving you.
True.
That identity crisis and everything. And all the negative sins and what have you, you fall victim to.
Right.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tell you that, it say, appetites unchecked by knowledge. If you don't learn how to control your appetites, you're gonna be in the mix all the time. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He say, "O ye who believe, why is it that you say that which you not do?" And you read the book. And it is most hateful in the sight of Allah that you say that which you do not do. Again, I wanted to reiterate on that other point I made. My Imam, the president of mosque is, that's that's the man.
Sir, I hear you, that's right.
And believe me, the last 5 years, him and his wife has exemplified that. His wife, his son, all of them. I wasn't taught about no okey doke. I mean, I was trained in New York City, 7C, by the late Captain Yusuf Shah, and that was Honorable Elijah Muhammad's captain. So we didn't turn out no dummies there, brother. But I've been here almost over 40 years now in Chicago. But see, believe me, I know what's going on in this house here, in this community, and this is international headquarters of Mosqueers here. And I know that he gave the trust to his son, Wallace Muhammad II,
yes, sir,
as the president of Mosqueers.
Right and exact.
And I know Allah has blessed him tremendously. I see it. It's clear to me. Yes, and I'm thankful.
That's the truth.
When I look back, I was talking to my oldest brother. There was a funeral here for a family member a couple of months ago. And I said, I'm going to tell you the meaning of that family name we got. I said, because Allah blessed me to know what it means. Because our family name was See Right. You know what I told him? I said, Allah blessed me to see right. I know what it means. Yeah. And there's no doubt in my mind. When you've been blessed to have met a personality such as Imam Warithuddin Muhammad, the inheritor of the religion of Muhammad. Yeah. And other prophecies they made about the Mujaddid. They say he would be of short stature, broad shoulders, and he would have a gap in his teeth. Just like you see in that Graceline magazine out there. Take one home with you before you leave. The Imam, the broad shoulders, is significant that he's able to carry the load. He carried it here. He carried the load up until Allah took him to another stage. The gap in his teeth, nothing comes between him and Allah. And he's short, down to earth. He's close to the ground. He's not an arrogant, proud sucker. So we thank Allah. Allah has blessed us with this insight. That was the Mujaddid. Every broad shoulders, able to carry the load. Down close to the ground, short. He's down to earth man. That's what he was.
Exactly.
Nothing come between him and Allah.
Right and exact.
The boss with the hot sauce. That's what we call him. Yeah. And if you don't really know who he is, once you be around him, and you see how God has blessed you, oh my God, this is the real deal. Because Allah blessed him. Very insightful. I mean, he could pick up your spirit. He had that psychic ability. And the man was teaching us, outside of those five senses, you can get that sixth sense, that intuitive grasp to pick up on things. Don't you notice that these things are open to any believer? The Imam said, if the believer might not have but two years education in school, that sincere believer, Allah make him very smart. You can't fool him. Not if they believe and practice in this religion. I usually like to have my Quran close to me because I touch it a lot. But see, the Quran, as the Imam told us, He said that Quran is like a 24-hour washing machine. You know them old washing machines used to go swish swash, swish swash, swish swash. That's the way to clean your brain. If you digest it and take it in.
Yes, sir.
Just like that 20, it says a 24-hour washing machine. Swish swash, swish. It'll clean that brain up. It'll give you right direction. And give you that intuitive nature too. You understand? It's usually when I pick it up, I got this from Imam Muhammad too. You know, he used to take his Quran sometime. He put it on his forehead, and he kiss it, and he hold on his heart. See, you want that enlightenment that you digest from Quran to penetrate your brain. And like I say, clean it too. And if you take it in, it will direct you to make right decisions. And then you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to illuminate your mind. Enlighten your mind. And then you want to follow the logic to its best conclusion. Yeah. The hikmah, the wisdom. So when you digest the Quran, you take it in. It'll change you. And it'll grow you into a new creation. Right. And you'll lose all that rebellion, that Iblis nature that might be in you. Die that you may live. You got to die in that old way of thinking in order to come alive in the new. Die that you may live. What does Allah want from us? He wants obedience. Alhamdulillah. I like this stuff. Allahu Akbar. Yes, just as the Prophet said, just as Islam rose in the east, it would also rise in the west. And then back in bibliological history, we have, they say the seed of Abraham would be in a strange land for 400 years. The seed of Abraham. So we are those people. We are a new people. We are a new Islamic community. They look and see, they all come to thee. That's when your light gets to shining right. We fear not, nor do we grieve. And we don't walk around here with no identity crisis. Because we know ourselves, like our first teacher taught Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Know yourself. What is yourself? Yourself is a righteous Muslim. Yeah. Can the devil fool a Muslim? Not nowadays. You got too much light on you now, in you. And we got it from Imam Muhammad. And you can talk about the Quran. And alhamdulillah, forever. We always talk about the Quran. But the enlightenment, the hikmah, the keys, even the keys in the sunnah. And I always like, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the Quran, He says there's 7 gates to heaven and there's 7 gates to hell. 7 gates. Your mouth, these holes in your nose, your eyes, and your ears. Them are the 7 gates. This is in Quran. See, in Shaitan, if them angels ain't guarding them gates, those entries, Shaitan will creep in on you.
Yes, sir.
And Shaitan, he likes to make you look ridiculous. Huh? He said, I got him now. You know. So we thankful today. Alhamdulillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Okay, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in his last address on Arafat, he said that there are many that are not here, but he said they're the ones that are here. You take it and get a message that I'm giving you to the ones that ain't present. And he said those ones that are not present, they may comprehend it better than you. The last ones to hear it. We're the last ones to hear the message of Al-Islam here in America. And see, Islam, it's a life-giving teaching. So sometimes, those that are there, take it to the ones that are there, they may comprehend what was said better than the one that was present. And then we have to practice what we preach. Another thing, I always talk about this. The Prophet said this: the believers in Islam are even like a teeth of a comb. You hear that? That's a hadith from our Prophet Muhammad.